I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
Brandon, it's cool, but I think I like to learn all those things, and also something I learned lately is that to learn about what is, because there's a lot of information out there about a lot of things, like let's say we're gonna about hiring people. Okay, there's a whole art of hiring. It's a big thing. So what I learned to do in those things when I learned is like, because what you start reading about different things, if it's a blog or a videos about books how to do it, you learn so many different, like there's a guy who did it and he made like a success, and there's other guy who did it in a success, and it's like two completely different ways. So it's like which one do you follow here? Which one do you? So I think it's to learn how to test for yourself what works for you, because I think that, especially me in the beginning, I was like, this works. I read one book or I watched video. This works. Let's fucking do it, And then it's like you start to realize like, oh, like maybe it's false for not for him but for me, because in my situation it's different. Or being an entrepreneur style, market changes so fast. That things happen, trends changes, and like a lot of things. So I think it's just like about, like I said, just beginning reading it, testing and trying and failing a lot, and just failing smart a little bit, like not risking super a lot, and just like failing but learning with small things, like we said, just maybe like a small percentage of a business or money, and then we learn from that. So I think it's a thing to learn how to distinguish like false information that thinks you do this is going to happen, and it can be true, but most of the time it's not true for you. Maybe it's a small, like you can take a small lesson from it, but not the whole thing. So it's like a thing I learned to do with information about what to use. Can I use part of it? Can I use this? So it's like a thing that I learned to do later.
No,
as
yeah,
well. I'm sure you also do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you need to like learn. This is like an actual skill, I believe. It's like to smell shit, like or the smoke. I don't know. There's like a term for that. When you read an article, for example, myself, having learned like many marketing things by myself without really anything. Oh shit! One second, I got a message. Oh shit! There. Yeah, like I can see if an article is going to provide me with something or not, or even if it's going to provide me with a tip or just a trick. Maybe it's useful, but I know it's like I'm not going to just do what they say here. I need to apply it to me. And most of the things, bro, I mean, you know this because you're like me. You learn so much, even from like books. They're just like anything on the internet, bro. Many things is like just an accumulation of sort of tips. Or like you said, strategy that works for me. Yeah. And obviously to get more clicks, views, whatever, you have to like sort of show it in terms of the title or how it's written, like the mess this, or I work for this, you do it. But in the end of the day, it's just accumulation of tricks and stuff. And I think you need to be aware that you have many sources of learning, like own experience, little tests, articles, videos, full courses, books, so many things. And the most important one second, I'm fucking getting 7,000 messages. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I can't speak, bro. I can't speak with the messages. I'm so bad. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think at the end of the day, bro, if we were to like, because it's good to like systemize things. So let's say all the learning resources are 100%. Let's say like a pie chart, 100%. The biggest piece of the pie with the highest percentage source of learning is your own experience, bro. Just literally do it, see what happens. Either do it with knowledge, so read all the articles and stuff and then apply it and then see what happens. Or even without knowledge, just kind of do something, obviously with a mind. Be careful what you're trying. If you're trying a little thing, it's not the same as if you're making a business. You can't just try things.
Yeah, I'm really for that as well. I'm really for. I think what I learned to do more is that when I learn something new, because for me, I try to find a balance between I'm going to do something new. So how much research do I do before I do action? Because I think that I'm always like, let's get started. But I'm learning now lately, for example, with something new, whatever it is. Okay, let's just say it is about starting a business or whatever. If you're from zero, I think that what you can do here is like, let's start a business. And let's do a lot of things here and see what happens. What other things I can do is actually let's start to read. Let's say we read like 5 books about business. Like you will get so many things you can learn about, so many different new vocabulary, new things, and new ways to do it. That is going to give you like things that you can learn from and fail off. Let's say like do you learn how to like which way to go through and then where you can start to fail. If you don't have anything, just starting like let's say we're making a business and just like. Let's go around and try to get money somewhere. It's like it creates like something that you're trying to doing things and you're trying to fail, but there's no, I don't know how to say it. It's really difficult to do some kind of action without any kind of knowledge. I think that to get some basic knowledge about things, then start to do action, then when you start doing action, just learn about more about it. Keep reading, keep speaking with other people that maybe done it, and then at the same time take a lot of action. That's what I'm really like that I'm starting to get lately, because I think before I was more like, let's do it, and then I was like, oh shit, I don't know. Honestly, but I'm trying to now to doing the things I'm doing without this 100% going to think, but at the same time do a massive research and speak with other people that have done it.
Yeah.
Maybe I think for me a mix of those things have made me better in this way.
No, yeah, and that's one thing I think nowadays is like people don't understand to separate on like theory or we're gonna do this, how we're gonna do it, and then execution. It's like two different things. And many times when like execution comes, you're like, okay, I want to do this. And some people go straight away and execute. Or let's say I want to do this and I'm gonna do it like this and I'm gonna learn a little bit.
No,
but
exactly. I was gonna say about like that's a problem about many teachings books like I see in school and university, those things, because I think that there's a lot of theories there, but there's not a lot of people. Like if you speak with the teachers there, I'm not saying everyone, but like a lot of those things, like if you speak with the teachers that are teaching these things, they haven't really done it themselves. Like how can they know about if it works or not? They're saying like this theory because maybe themselves have studied a book that worked 20 years ago. Do this will work, but I don't know. I couldn't really. I'm learning to this when I speak with people that tell me to do something. Like have you like done this yourself? The book I'm reading, like this person is still like people like someone who has done it themselves, or it's just like a how to say it, people who write about it, like get money to write about it. You know. So I think I learned, especially like in the university, when people are learning a lot of things. I'm saying like with a lot of things, maybe if you study something that is super technical is necessary, but something like I don't know, like for example, selling. For example, studying in school, like ask a teacher about questions, and the guy maybe he has read books himself. Like compared to speaking with a professional salesman, like the type of information he'll give you, it will be for sure more like applicable rather than just theories that teaching.
Yeah, that's why myself I always sort of question where the information is coming from. What is the source? I always like, okay, so where is this from? Or and many times where the videos and stuff, you know. They don't say it. It's just like, oh yeah. And if you actually read an article, if you had the guy there, you'll be like, oh, so you're claiming this. What is your source? And it's much better when the source is not just from like I got it from this book. When it's from what we're saying of learning from different things. So I learned it here, and then I tested in my website, and then I learned this. I helped my dad to sell washing machines, and it works. So now that's quite more like stronger source of information because it's backed up by different variables than just like, oh yeah, I read it in a book and now I'm telling you. It's like
yeah, exactly. That's like, yeah, for sure, bro.